So my name's Craig Campbell. I'm based in the UK and I do SEO training, consultancy and affiliate marketing. That's pretty much what I do on a day-to-day basis now. So the main takeaways that I tried to give today were look at different options when it comes to affiliate marketing. So some of the better options for someone like me would be to do private affiliate marketing for like SaaS tools like Oncrawl or SEMrush or something like that, because the money's a lot better. I have tried things like Amazon affiliate where the commissions are too low to make it worth your while. So what I wanted people to understand was that although I'd done Amazon affiliate marketing, I've then flipped websites onto AliExpress or went to private affiliates to monetize it better. So it was all about monetization and how you can get that using Amazon, basically, because I always dive in 2 feet first when I'm looking at stuff, and it's not always the best way. So I've dived in 2 feet into Amazon, and it's not worked out well in terms of a monetization. It's not provided the return on investment, and I've showed people how to then turn that into money, and that's what it's all about. It's getting the best ROI. So I've tried to get that point across, and obviously highlight some of the mistakes I've made in the past as well, because it's not always, look at me, I've made all this money. I've made more mistakes than probably everyone combined in this room, because it's just mistake after mistake after mistake, and then one comes good. So yeah, I just wanted to get that across. So when auditing a website, in most cases, one of the first things I look at is whether the bots, whatever you're crawling a website with, can actually get into the website, see what's actually being indexed and stuff like that as well, because obviously with bigger websites you have a lot of URLs that are being indexed that shouldn't really be indexed. So things like that are quite important to me when auditing a website. I think everyone does site speed, and I've got nothing against site speed and all that kind of stuff, because I get that it's massively important, but I think you have to go back to basics and make sure that the right things are being crawled and indexed properly, and that's one of the first things I look at when auditing a website. Yeah, so with the March update, I've seen both sides. So some websites have went on and done really well. The update's been hugely beneficial, and there's other websites that have slumped. So it's quite hard to figure out what's going on. Obviously people are talking about a rollback and stuff like that, but I think I would say it's 50-50 in terms of, I've seen positive movements on certain websites and negative movement on other websites, and it's starting to settle back down now. I think I've seen some websites slumping from bottom end of page 1 onto page 3, but they're now starting to slowly climb back up onto page 2. So yeah, it's hopefully it will settle down and there's not going to be too much of a negative impact. I think it really depends on your website and stuff like that. I think you've got to, when Google release updates, they're not penalising good websites with good content, with good quality relevant links that load fast, that have got good structure. So I think when an update happens, I tend not to panic too much. I think you've got to let it settle down and then adjust. So that's what I would always say, because too many people go, I've dropped onto page 3, and you're like, just calm down and assess and see what the industry's saying about the update first and foremost. And then obviously if you look at your website, you may find that there's some bad content, or you've got bad links, or you've not got the right site structure, or there's some other, and that's where it's important that you do regularly do site audits and stuff like that as well. So I don't panic too much, and I wouldn't say there's one thing to get out of this update. You've got to look at the overall picture. Is your website the best it can be, and then address it from there. So I've done a lot in the UK, and I think I've probably exhausted the UK. I've done Brighton SEO search leads and stuff like that. So the way I personally pick them is I've never been to Paris before, and I spoke to Jason Bernard and I said I want to speak at that event because what I want to do is travel and see different cultures and places. So that is effectively how I pick them. So if I've not been to Paris, then I want to go to Paris. And even being here, there was a guy that invited me to speak in Rome later on in the year, and I've not been to Rome, so I'm going to do that. So how do I pick them? It is based on where I've not been, and I'm not known in France at all. I'm more well known in the UK, and I think just building my brand out with the small thing that is the UK, because there's a much bigger world out there. So yeah, I think it's nice to get travelling plans in as well. So that's how I pick them. It's good. It's not as warm as I was hoping, but it's a lovely place, and it's nice to see it. And I'm going to go shopping now. I'm going to maybe go and see that Eiffel Tower and stuff like that. So you can't come to France and not see the Eiffel Tower. So, but what I've seen so far, the hospitality, the food, everything's just really nice. And I was doing a podcast with Jason Bernard yesterday, and he was asking me about the event itself and the venue. And it's a lovely place. It's a kind of weird, if you like, and I don't know if that's the right word to use, but it's a really cool event, and it's just like very French. It's just, it's good. I love it. So my motto in life is probably hard to say. I think life's just a big game, and I think people overcomplicate it. So yeah, life's just a big game. It's whether it's SEO or whether it's business or something else. I think you've just got to play the game and see it as a game, not get too caught up in everything, and just to try and enjoy it. So yeah, so that would be my motto.